Hey everyone, it's Dan, your resident Digimon fan. Welcome back to the channel. For today, we talk about Digimon Up. I've been playing it a little bit on my phone and also on my iPad. It's nice to have that account linking thing so you can go between the two. And, well, maybe playing is a strong word. I'm not sure exactly what I was expecting from Digimon Up. I did put out a little video going through some of the preview stuff, and I try not to look into it too much, but I thought in this video we'd kind of go over my experience with the game, some of the features of the game that I like, some maybe that I'm not so keen on, and yeah, just kind of see where we end up. So I didn't actually install the game on day one. I waited a little bit. I saw there was a lot of unhappiness, controversy. I don't know what the word is really. It's as people weren't happy with the game initially on day one, and I think that a part of that was just people that not used to mobile games, I guess. The sheer number of ads that you have to go through, which I'll get onto in a minute. That just, yeah, insane number of ads to play a Digimon game. It felt a little bit cheap for someone such as Bandai to do such a thing, but you know, it's a mobile game. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it's an explanation. But anyway, so I downloaded the game a couple days maybe after launch and got into it, and I kind of enjoy it, I think, to put it mildly. It's not the best game I've ever played, don't get me wrong, and as far as mobile games go, it's not the best mobile game I've ever played, but it's in this weird place for me specifically, because I was a fan of Clicker Heroes. I don't know if anyone will be familiar with it. Clicker Heroes is like an idol clicker. It was one of the early ones. I don't know if it's the first one. It probably wasn't. But I used to play that on the Xbox back in like 2013, something like that. But for me, that kind of scratched an itch a little bit. I kind of like an idle game in a way because, you know, as a boring adult, you don't have infinite time to play games. So having a game that kind of plays itself and you can come back and, you know, check out your progress every now and then can be kind of appealing in some respects and allow you to feel like you're making progress in games even though you might be playing, you know, something else at the same time. So, for example, me and the wife have been playing Power World again since the 1.0 release, and being able to just check in on this every now and then while stuff is going on in Power World is kind of nice. It's appealing to have two things going on at once. I don't know, maybe that's just the social media effect finally getting to me. Anyway, enough about that. So I'm going to be recording and I'll have gameplay on screen so you can see how I'm getting on. So I'm currently level 131 in the game, trainer level, or tamer level, sorry, 131. So pretty far in, I would say. Just over 3 million power damage, whatever the thing is, and doing pretty well. I've been working on going through and digivolving all of the partners. So my first mega was the Armadillomon line, so I ended up with Slash Angemon. Bit weird having it be Slash Angemon, but kind of cool. I dig it. And from there, I hatched all of the rookies, or the eggs, and got them all up to rookie stage, then all up to champion stage, and now working through getting them all up to ultimate. So you can see, so far I have Metal Greymon, Weregarurumon, Garudamon, and Magna Angemon, so I'm just working through the Kabuterimon line at the moment, and just going through that way. For those who don't know, you do get a little bit of a stat boost every time you digivolve, and it does, you know, go over to the next Digimon. So in theory, this is like the min-maxing way. This would get you more stats faster than trying to go straight from your first mega into your second. But, you know, it's an idle game. You don't have to min-max if you don't want to. So then, in terms of the overall experience with the game, I would say that to begin with, it wasn't very satisfying because of the sheer volume and length, duration of the ads that were in the game. That was the biggest problem. I think there was a lot of negative reviews because of the ads, and a lot of them have been wiped. I think they were considered to be review bombing or something. But since then, I've solved that problem by paying for the ad pass. So I wouldn't normally put money into these games. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. But there is an ad skip pass, which in the UK is £8.99. And that is a permanent buff. So if we go to activated effects, delete ads, it says here, enjoy the benefits of watching ads without actually watching them, which is a funny way of putting it. basically, this just allows me to buy the game for £9. That's my way of looking at it. I'm not going to spend any money in this game. I've essentially spent £9 to get rid of the ads so that I'm paying £9 for a Digimon mobile game. I think that's a reasonable price, and it means that, you know, my experience is a lot better. Like, literally anything that would have cost me to watch ads before, sometimes 2 to 3 minutes of adverts, and usually the same advert on a loop over and over again. Now I can just press the button, so I think I've already used all mine today, but essentially I would just press the ad button and it would just complete. It would just give me the thing that previously you would have had to watch all the ads for, and that is just a massive improvement in my experience in the game. I'm not necessarily recommending you do that, but if you have any intention of playing this for, like, you know, more than a few weeks, then it's almost certainly worth it. Like, £9 versus hours and hours of your time watching ads for products you almost certainly don't want. You know, it's a no-brainer if you ask me. I'm sure I've probably annoyed a few people already with that opinion, but, you know, if you think of it in the sense of buying a game for £9, then it's not so bad. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go through some of the features. So if we start with the Tamer bit, Tamer rank is an interesting one. You get a massive power boost every time you power up your Tamer rank. So I'm on Tamer rank 14, which is a massive hurdle, it seems, for a lot of people, mostly because of down here, you see where it says draw 15,000 skill card summons and 15,000 support summons. So that's 15,000 gacha pulls on each of the tickets, which obviously is trying to encourage you to spend money in the game. But actually, you can buy tickets for emeralds. So if I go over to the shop, to items, and scroll down, you can buy, here we go, 30 support summon tickets, for example, for 600 emeralds. And 600 emeralds, once you get to the level that I'm on stage 2309, so I've just been letting the game run. I get 300, where are we? 116 emeralds every 15 minutes. So after about half an hour, I can pull 30 on the summon anyway. So that's pretty good. And that's pretty much how I do it. So I do all my dailies, do all my weeklies, buy usually about 60,000 emeralds worth of tickets, because I always have a buffer of about, I mean, if you look up at the top right, I have 75,000 now. I always have loads left over, and I use those to buy a bunch of tickets and pull them all at once, and that's helping me to level up. Still got 5,000 to go. Anyway, next we'll go over to the skill cards. So skill cards are one of the 2 gacha mechanics, and if we go back to the main screen, you've got your 5 equipped cards here, and they are used automatically as they come off the cooldown, essentially. And the skill cards can do different things. So the ones I've equipped, for example, you have Cherrymon's Mist. I love that it's the Digimon World Cherrymon. It's just so funny to me. And every 13 seconds, it does a 56% AoE damage, adds skill damage down 15% for 8 seconds. It's currently level 7, and the more of them you pull from the gacha, you can use to level them up. I don't min-max this, I literally just go auto-select. I don't think too hard about it. I know that you could probably really min-max it and get yourselves up to higher levels. Yeah, I experienced a lot of that in the Ni no Kuni mobile game, but I just auto-select and get my strongest ones. And the customization, I think it's kind of cool. The way that gear works is a bit weird, and I'll discuss that in just a moment. Hello, cat. But the customization, you can basically, any piece of gear you've ever obtained, you can use to transmog your look. So I, at the moment, have a little bit of a Time Stranger look going on, and some goggles and stuff. I think it's really cool. There's a Time Stranger collab in the game at the moment right now, and you can get some stuff just by, you know, playing the mini games, so that's cool. But yeah, it's quite a lot of variety, I think, in how you look. There's also no limit on whether you want to be male or female. You can make yourself look however. I think I might actually give myself longer hair. Let's do that. Cool. So going back to gear then, if we briefly touch upon that. So I mentioned that you can only really have one piece of gear at a time. So it says I've got the Mint Bob equipped right now, which gives me these stats and these 2 effects, essentially. When you find a piece of gear that is better that you want to equip, you have to destroy the previous piece of gear, which is really unfortunate because these effects can do different things. So this one, for example, you've got skill critical rate, HP recovery rate, that's counterattack rate and evasion. We've got combo. I've got one with stun. Yeah, stun is good. Critical is also good. You might have wanted a build where you were focusing on stun and critical, so you can just kind of like keep enemies stun locked. But you can't keep a build because you can only have one piece of gear at a time. So I'm just focusing on like the highest level stuff at the moment. And then when I get really like hard stuck, not being able to progress, I focus on getting gear with stun and critical. So yeah, the whole gear situation is a bit weird. You've got 5 slots for your actual like, you know, equipped items like armor, and then you've got 5 slots for these chips or plugins, which do different things. Kind of pointless. It's just there to give you something to work towards. Better than nothing, I suppose. In addition to gear, some things that have been unlocked as we've progressed. We have the tactical memories. I don't really fully understand how these work, to be honest. I have a full green setup because I think you get like a combo. So you see down here it says set effects counterattack damage up by 8.6%. I don't know if that's good. Presumably that's good. But I've noticed that, so I've got like an SSR over here. If I was to swap that to something else, it will like massively screw up with my stats. Not that bad this time. So yeah, I probably have some more work to do here. I don't really understand how it works. There's also like multiple sets that you can have. So I try to keep, you know, just one set. You could probably make like all sorts of cool sets, but I don't take the game that seriously, to be honest. Next up is the Digivice. You can have different styles of Digivice. I've unlocked all but one of them at the moment. You get them from the camp shop. If you're in a good camp, which I'll go through in a minute, you can unlock more of these and they give you a slight stat boost. You see for each one you get 16% on attack, defense and HP. So it is worth unlocking them if you're in a good guild that gives you loads of camp points. But which one you actually physically equip doesn't really matter. And then you've got these items here you can equip with it. It's a bit of a slow burn, this one, because you need to use these digichips which you get from the dungeons, and the function research appears to be random. So I haven't unlocked any internal parts. I've only unlocked external parts. Presumably I'll just, you know, find some the more I play. And again, you've got sets as well. I don't really know if these make any difference because you can see my power isn't changing when I change them. And then finally with crests that unlocked recently. I think most people are in the same boat here where they basically can't defeat the bosses in the Lost Sector Tower. We have the Crest of Courage is the only one that's unlocked by default, and then to get the Crest of Friendship you need to clear level 10. I'm actually stuck on level 10. I'll just briefly demonstrate that even at 3 million power, I basically handily get my ass handed to me by the Piedmon, however you pronounce it. Piedmon, I think it is. So yeah, it's going to be a while, I think, before I'm able to beat this one. He got me. So yeah, need to wait a while, probably until I tame a rank up to defeat that one. And then yeah, it's like level 20, level 30, level 40. I don't really get the crest system. It seems like it's going to take a really long time for that. And what else? This thing here is locked. I don't know what it is. I guess we'll find out later down the line. Let's talk about the hologram device, because this is kind of like a key part of the game. So in the middle, you've got the hologram device, and it is the main way to level up both your experience as a tamer and your partner Digimon's experience. So if we look at Kabuterimon, you see he's got 41,376 XP out of 92,160. If I set the hologram device to just start churning through the tickets, you can see his XP slowly going up as stuff is dismantled. Same for Tamer XP. You'll see my Tamer XP slowly going up as stuff is dismantled as well, and my bits will be going up. So basically the hologram device is how you get new equipment, and you can set it to only give you specific kinds of equipment that you want. So I have it only giving me LR plus, and items for activation is 9. This means that anything that doesn't fit that setting will be automatically sold. So that's why you can see stuff coming up that just gets sold straight away. If it finds an LR plus item, it will ask me what I want to do with it. Do I want to equip it or sell it? This being the only way that you get EXP, I think is kind of rubbish, to be honest. It would be nice if you could just casually build up a bit of XP just by, you know, beating enemies. It's weird that defeating enemies gives you absolutely nothing. Bit of an odd choice, that one. So it basically means all of your progression is tied to just getting these hologram tickets, which you get through, you know, AFKing or from daily stuff, like the shop shop and whatnot. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I'm particularly keen on it, to be honest. What else? As with most mobile games, there's loads of banners and stuff. So you've got like event banners over here. So we've got Time Stranger 1 and the launch event. They've got mini games in them. You've got login bonuses, of course. You've got a battle pass type thing, which it says is not currently valid. I've actually completed all of them. I've not paid for the premium one, of course. And then you've got missions. So you've got daily missions, you've got EX missions, and as you do things, you can unlock tiny gains of items. It's better than nothing, I suppose. The main thing is just to keep that little pink exclamation mark on all over the place, just to give you something to tap on. So like with the PvP, for example, it wants me to do the battle terminal. Which is why that's on there. Let's talk about the battle terminal. So with the battle terminal, this is sort of classic Digimon in the sense that you are facing off in a completely random and predetermined battle, just like with the V-Pets. So I just select this opponent, and you can see I absolutely wipe the floor with them because I'm a little stronger than them. I gain some points, they lose some points. I also get these this currency that you can spend. But then you go up the ranks, you see I'm rank 47. I can definitely climb higher than that in this server, but I just can't be bothered, to be honest with you. And then there's also the Grand Prix, which is like a ranked PvP. The PvP is fine. It's nothing really to write home about. You know, it's kind of just there to be there to say that they've got a PvP system. What haven't we talked about? In the Digimon section, we've briefly talked about the partner Digimon, so you can obviously raise multiple partners. You can just say, you know, oh, I want to raise Metal Greymon, for example, and then Metal Greymon will come out. But yeah, to be fair, there's so many systems going on in this game that really kind of honing in on any one of them, it's just not worth your time. It's all these micro systems that give you micro gains that then build up to make your character damage. So support Digimon, then you get all of press the wrong button. You get all of these support Digimon that you can go with. Obviously there's different rarities. I'm up to the ultra rares, which I just unlocked today actually. So I've got these guys here. We've got Gladimon, Jazzardmon, Seedramon, Meramon, and Hoodiemon as well. Hoodiemon, really glad that they're in the game at the moment. So you get 5 that you can bring with you. Once again, you get a bunch of presets. I'm just sticking with the 5 strongest that I have. And you get stronger ones by going to the summon and leveling up your skill card summon. So if we look at this, on level 13, there's a 1% chance of getting a UR Ultra Rare person. And then if I were to go to level 15, there's a 0.2% chance of getting a GR, whatever that means. So you level them up by doing summons, essentially. You see it's 18,000. The next one, pretty crazy. But yeah, so those are the support Digimon. They're kind of cool, but they're mostly cosmetic. They have different abilities. But again, I just choose the strongest one. And what else do we have? We have the buddy system. So this is just a guy that sticks around behind you. I have Tai and Agumon at the moment, so that you can see they're down here in the bottom left, just doing additional damage. And then there's also the SP support. Currently I have War Greymon. I've actually pulled quite a few of these. I got quite lucky to begin with from the special pull, but had no such luck since. And yeah, you can see he's there doing damage with my support Digimon. So it's just a lot going on screen all at once, and all of it is just going towards doing more damage. For the dungeons, so this is pretty standard mobile game stuff. You've got a bunch of different dungeons that you can do a few times a day. By standard, it's 2 times, and then you can watch ads for the following 2 times, so 4 in total. And you could also buy tickets to do more from the camp and such, and also from the shop. And they just get progressively more difficult and give you more and more stuff. So on Devimon, for example, I'm on level 77, and I will get 430 of the hologram tickets for doing each one. So that's pretty good. But yeah, these are kind of rubbish. At this level, they're not hard at all. I just wipe them all out. So it's kind of... if you play the game properly, then it's not difficult in the slightest. The camp. This is my camp. I'm not sure the name of my server, but my camp is called Digiritter, so that's pretty cool. We're on level 4, and got a bunch of really strong people in the camp. There's not much that you can do here. There's the tent, which is where you will check in for the day. You see your list of members and like who's in charge and whatnot. And you can also choose to support other people doing different things as well. There's the shop where you can spend your camp coins. So you can see up here we've got more tickets to do the dungeons, which I haven't bought today, apart from Bakamon. And then down here are the Digivices you can buy. So I'm just saving for the cross-loader right now. And then we have two things that you can do as a group. There's the Piximon's drill site, where basically you just kick the crap out of Piximon, and the person with the highest damage gets on the leaderboard. If you look at the rankings, I'm currently number 4. And then same with Leomon's dojo. It's the same thing, but with Leomon. It's just there to give you something to tap on, I think, really. So the camp stuff, I don't know, there's not really much that you can get involved with, but you need to be in a camp to make sure that you're getting the most out of the systems in the game. In the explore section, this is where the game gets a little bit meh, if you ask me. So we have the meat field. This is where you can grow meats, just like in the in the video games. So you can see I've got some meat here to pick up. You can put your meat seeds down. There are different levels of meat seeds that give you more and more meat. And as you harvest more and more meat, you can level up. I'm on level 19, and you can get super carrots, or challenge carrots, I guess they call them this, which you can then give to Togemon, Lilymon, and Vegemon to upgrade stuff in the meat field. Yeah, it's stupid, if you ask me. It's not a very good system. It's very, very slow. And then the meat that you do harvest, you take over to the eat screen, where you can go through these different sets here to get different abilities. And that's what you do with the eating. So for example, if I press this to eat now, it cycled through. It gave me critical damage resist 3.54%. I don't know if that's good or not. My numbers went up, so I'll assume it's good, and we will take that. This one's weird. You've got different sets, but cycling between them doesn't change your power, so I don't know if every set is affected, or is like active all at once, or if it's only the one that you have selected. If you know, let me know. So yeah, the meet and the eat thing is just there to waste your time, I think. We've got the training menu where you can go through and complete these training missions, which again is just a pure time thing. So you can see on this one I have 8 hours of 52 minutes to complete this one. And there's nothing you can do really. You can watch some ads to speed that up, and you could use these acceleration tickets to speed it up by 10 minutes, which is just complete pointless. But the amount of tickets that you need is kind of insane. So you see for this one, as you progress anyway, this one needs 2,250 training tickets. I have 1,435 currently. So I would need to get some more if I wanted to do more training. And how do you get more? By doing the worst part of the game, which is the digital world search. This is awful. I don't know who play tested this, but it's the worst thing I think I've ever played on my phone. And that's saying something. I've played some real trash on here. So basically, you've got 3 things down the bottom here. You have stamina, so that represents spaces you can move. You have attacks, which allow you to break stuff, and then you have dashes, which allow you to move and break stuff at the same time. And basically, you just tap where you want to go, and you go there. So you move like this, 1 square at a time, the slowest game known to mankind, and you just make your way through here, occasionally picking up these training tickets, which you then take back into the training menu. But you see I've already run out of stamina. I don't know who designed this. I would love to meet them because they must have a very interesting thought process when it comes to game design. It sucks, is the long and short of it. What also sucks is the different dimension box. I realise I don't have any Digimon deployed. Essentially, you have a DD box with 4 Digivices in it, and you can put one of your Digimon, support Digimon in there. So I'm going to put Agumon in there. And they will stay in there for 8 hours, and at the end of the 8 hours, you can recall them and get some items. People can also attack you, so if I go to someone else's box, yeah, so I could try and attack this person's Agumon, and people were doing that in the first couple of days, but I think pretty much everyone's got bored of that because it doesn't seem to really be worth it. So pretty much all I do here is just deposit my buddies. You can only have 1 deployed per DD box, so I just put 1 in mine and then the other 2 in other people's boxes, and then I'll just come back in 8 hours and get my stuff. It's kind of weird. You get these things from it, if I could tap on it correctly. Data shards, which you can then spend in the shop to buy more stuff. The main thing really is to get more stamina for the digital world search. So you buy 50 stamina, for example, go back to the digital world search, and now you can keep moving and getting the tickets. So it's just a really boring cycle of putting stuff in the box, waiting 8 hours, getting your points from that, using it to buy stamina for this, and rinse and repeat. Yeah. Worst part of the game by far. It'd be really nice if they reworked it. I get the feeling they probably won't, because it's going to be too much work to rework it. There's got to be another way to get the training tickets, because this whole system is just god awful. And then we've got the encyclopedia, which just goes through the Digimon. Nothing too exciting here. Anyway, and then of course there's the shop where you can buy stuff. I don't do this. There's premium currency you can buy. There's items you can buy with real money or premium currency. Everything is numbered all over the place with different symbols and whatnot. Basically, long and short of it is use the emeralds that you get for free to buy the tickets, and that's all you really need to do. So a few other things you can do then. In the thing down here, you can see how much stuff you get as you idle rewards. So I can claim here, and I got all that kind of stuff, which is kind of nice. And then I can obviously just get my hologram device going to level me up. Over here you have missions. So my current mission is clear fight Devimon 0 out of 2 times. I can't do that because I run out of tickets, so I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. And then in the summon screen, this is where they want people to really spend the money. So you have the default stuff, which is the skill cards, the support Digimon, and now the crests, and you can pull summons for these. Alternatively, you have the buddy system, which all require real money, except for once a day you can use your emeralds to pull 10. So just do your 10 once a day, and that's all you need to do. There's Tai and Agamon, and recently added Inori and Agumon, which is really cool. I love those guys. I still don't have them though, so hopefully I'll get lucky. And then there's the special summon, which currently has a Wargreymon in there as well. Again, just do your once a day for emeralds. You don't have to spend any money on it. I'm not going to talk about the gacha system because I don't think people enjoy the gacha. Maybe they do, and they probably have a gambling problem if that's the case. But yeah, not for me. So I guess I'll just do an example. Let's buy skill cards. Let's just buy 30 of those, right? We go to the summon. Go on 35 summon for 30 tickets, and it just goes through like this. It shows you all the things you can get. And we didn't do very well this time, which is unsurprising. I think that's about it, really. Not much more to say about Digimon Up. It's just a time waster app, really. I do this every now and then with mobile games. I'll play them for a few weeks or something, and then I'll get bored. It's just something I have going on in the background, usually on my iPad while I'm doing other things. So it is what it is. It's not revitalizing the Digimon franchise in any way. It's just there. But I don't think it's doing it any harm either. So, yeah, your mileage may vary. Depends what you're into. I kind of like it. That's what I have to say about Digimon Up. What do you think about the game? Let me know down in the comments. And I guess, hopefully, I'll be back on the channel with another video at some time in the future. We'll see. Take care, everyone.